Connection established.
This is Nigeria Info.
Platforms based on the editorial guide that they've approved of. This essentially means that Nigeria Info is only informing you of the headlines as we have them for today, the 31st day of July 2023.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Let's take a look at stories from Daily Trust, Leadership, Punch newspaper this day, and The Sun newspaper for today. Remember, you can always join us on YouTube and on Facebook. We're streaming live at this time. So go on, go to those platforms. You'll be able to watch and drop your comments. I'm going to open it up right now so I can see, as you write, your views on quite a number of the headlines, okay? Whether it's YouTube or Facebook, that's at Nigeria Info Abuja, okay? On any of those platforms, we're streaming live from there. So you can take a look and get to see this. Now, reading from Daily Trust for today, Niger, coupists seek Russia's help as ECOWAS mounts military action. Troops deployed in states as NEMA warehouses looted in Adamawa State. Graduates unemployment, MBTE task varsities on dual qualification. Forum urges residents to return to terrorists recovered from Boko Haram. Okay, I'll take that headline again, but I mean, this is how it's written there. Forum urges residents to return to territories, I beg to say. Aha, I knew something was wrong with that. Forum urges residents to return to territories recovered from Boko Haram. Federal government rewards 34 workers with SUVs, house, land, and money. Is NLC truly prepared for nationwide protests? Fuel price hike, state strategizes as labor insists on protest and strike. Air connectivity worsens on northern routes as fares skyrocket. Our Adamawa warehouse were looted. Deputy Governor speaks about this. I'll get to play for you what she said. It may affect Tinubu's government. Lamidi Apapa's Labour Party faction rejects NLC protests. Don't send troops to our country. Niger coup leaders warn ECOWAS. Other stories of interest this very morning, you'd also want to read about fuel price hike. State strategizes as Labour insists on protest and strike. NEC orders discos to pay consumers for poor service. Plateau PDP Muslims fought Mutwang on appointments. That's the governor of Plateau State now. Atiku Wike rekindle rivalry over Ayu's successor. Super Falcons positive ahead of Irish clash. All right, well, these are good stories that you want to follow through on. Shehu Sani, Islamic clerics kick against El-Rufai's ministerial nomination. All right, moving on to leadership newspaper for today. Now, Economist Intelligence Unit expects Nigeria's return controlled exchange rate. Economist Intelligence Unit says expect Nigeria's return to CBN's controlled exchange rate. Why I return to APC, Honorable Daramola. ERU's prediction on Tinubu's on tribunal's ERU's prediction on tribunal disgraceful, says article. Labour Party seeks legal action over Tinubu's piecemeal cabinet lists. Senate faults Utomi over the let the poor breathe comment. Bayelsa Cuba now. PDP appoints Senator Agadaga as campaign council member. Taraba ministerial nominee Danladi eligible for public office, says lawyer. Ogene canvasses investments in renewable energy. Other stories as you find in the leadership for today. DSS invites Kogi APC Guba candidate over petition. Changing the image of Osun politics. Other stories as you have them in leadership as well. Wike and future of APC in Rivers. PDP, Atiku, Ayu, Okowa, governors meet on state of party. Governor Fumbura congratulates Wike on ministerial nomination. All right, well, these are stories you want to read up more about from leadership for today. Now, taking on the likes of Punch newspaper now, Niger coup plotters dismiss ECOWAS threat, Bazuma restatement. Military destroys another illegal refinery in Delta. Operation Flush 88. Okay, Operation Flush. 88 robbery suspects arrested in Lagos. Clampdown continues. Currency in circulation hits 2.26 trillion naira, says CBN. Global petrol price rises by 20%. Uncover CBN, NNPCL, mess. Economist group tells Tinubu special investigator. Other stories of interest as well. Kanu returns to DSS custody after checkup by personal doctors. Over 2,000 Nigerian girls stranded in Mali, says NAPTIP. 15 ministerial nominees submit credentials ahead of screening. NLC insists on Wednesday strike, mobilizes workers. NDLEA arrests suspects supplying Lagos nightclubs patron drugs. All right, other stories. 63-year-old woman falls sick after losing 6.2 million naira to fraudsters. Demolition squad renders widows, children homeless in Lagos. 2 Bauchi motorcycle thieves in police net. Lagos hoodlums attack 2 men for criticizing CDA leaders. Kwara apprentice escape with boss 2-month-old baby. Siblings arraigned for defrauding woman of $98,700. DPO asks residents to be security conscious. NDLEA arrests suspects supplying Lagos nightclubs patrons drugs. All right, well, these are stories of interest as you have them in the Punch for today. You want to read more about this? Okay, just take your time. DG not involved in fraud, in any fraud, says Pecon, is also another story in Punch for today. Moving on to the Sun newspaper now. From the Sun. Give president time to deliver. Kanu tells NLC. Kalu tells NLC. Okay, I wanted to be sure that's not Kanu. Kalu tells NLC. NLC adamant on mass action strike. Northern group protests widespread hunger Thursday. Mixed feelings greet Tinubu's ministerial nominees. Tinubu has shown quality leadership, capacity to deliver. Amos Gizo, former Plateau governorship candidate or aspirant now, speaks about this. And then you'll also want to read about Atiku, PDP senators, Wike's men trade tackles. Ganduje's endorsement tears APC North Central stakeholders apart. Tinubu appoints ex-FRCN boss to probe CBN Emefiele. Nigeria loses $15 million to seaport bottlenecks. All right, well, these are just some of the top stories, I think, that one could take on easily from the Sun for today. All right, well, stories here and there. That's from The Sun, This Day. I've not taken on This Day, have I? No, I haven't. Well, from these days, the stories from this day of interest this very morning. Federal government honors civil servant for saving Nigeria 7 trillion naira in litigation. Article flays Economist Intelligence Unit prediction on 2023 presidential election. Falano to federal government. NLC's planned protest does not violate any law nor court order. At last, Garland for Nigeria's Montreal 76 euros now. Double honors for Zenith at London Stock Exchange as bank retains 2 awards. Other stories of interest as you find them. Africa's Bank reiterates prioritization of food security. AFCTA at second Russian African Economic Forum. And then as Senate begins ministerial nominees screening today. Tinubu's inclusiveness of women in government. Wike in a dilemma. DSS as a law unto itself. All right, well, these are stories that you can take up to read more about as you find them in the likes of The Sun, This Day, Punch, Daily Trust as well, and not missing out on Leadership newspaper.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, many thanks for listening. Do follow through to remember that those stories have been published under the editorial guide of various publishers, and we on Nigeria Info have only informed you of the headlines as we have them for today. We'd like to take your calls and listen to you at this time. We ask of you to follow through with our editorial guide, okay? Your calls need to be devoid of hateful speech, lies, fake news, and abuses. We ask of you to be truthful and factual as you share with us on Nigeria Info. We reserve the right for our platform to be used to miscommunicate at any point in time. All right, well, let's take all your calls on 0700 951 0000. You can also join in on 080 95 97 4869. And yes, on WhatsApp is 080 999 30137. Again, that's 080 999 30137. Well, as we take your course, you can also stream on YouTube and on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja.
Watch your number one talk station of the nation. Nigeria Info every day of the week, Mondays to Friday on YouTube to catch up with the Morning Crossfire.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
A big thanks to you. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Femi. How is work?
Going on well. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, it's Kingsley. Northern Group protest harsh economic reality on Thursday, right?
Yes.
So, Northern Group can protest this time around. They have been keeping quiet when Buhari was in power. He protested NSAS. They did not participate. Some thought it was against their brother's regime, Buhari. But now their brother is no longer in power. You can see what you support today will come to you.
How are you sure they did not protest during Buhari's era? Because I know the Northern elders were very critical of Buhari at some point.
They were not active. We are in Nigeria here. We saw what
How do you define active?
They were not active during that NSAS protest. It was people from the south who were protesting against the.
Okay, but Kingsley, it's not accurate to say they were not active, especially when you're failing to define the type of activity you have in mind. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Okay, looks like I called myself. It always sounds like that. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
Good to connect with you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice work.
Good. And you, sir?
That is Mr. MD from Hussein.
All right, then.
My salute and my greeting goes to all the callers and my able brother Selassie. I want to say good morning to all of you. On in the issue of strike, honestly, Mr. Femi, I don't think that we'll believe and we'll also will take the labor very serious, because before you understand, they'll change their mind, and I don't know why.
Okay.
And I want to beg on the federal government not to make this strike come to reality. They should do the needful.
So just to mention, just to put clarification, on Thursday, the NLC president said what they are intending to do is a protest, not a strike.
Okay, sorry, a protest, because, that protest at times they normally hijack it. So because as now, people normally go out that now people are hungry. If they allow that protest to go, to start, as people are going out, they are going out with anger. Please, they should do the needful. They should do the needful and settle the problem so that this strike will not come to pass. Because if they allow this protest start, in fact, it will be very dangerous because people are going out with anger. So please, I want to beg the federal government to do the needful to settle this problem so that at least the poor will definitely breathe.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Dr. G.
Yes, welcome, sir. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank God. It's Femi calling from Bari.
All right, then. Welcome.
Yeah. Actually, with the way I see things there, what you said was right. This region kept quiet under Buhari. They did not protest. Now Buhari is no longer in power, they are coming out.
And I'm asking you, maybe I can extend Kingsley's question to you. What kind of activity did you expect them to do?
Not activity, they kept quiet.
But I'm aware the Northern Elders were very vocal under Buhari. They were quite vocal.
You can see the 70, whatever the man did. It's in favor of them. They kept quiet. Kingsley was right, please.
I was asking him questions. If he's saying he's right, it's not a problem. But I'm asking him in what areas, he's able to say so. I know they were not so active when it comes to end SARS, but generally speaking, towards the end of Muhammadu Buhari's tenure, it was fire for fire. The Northern Elders were quite active in terms of their level of displeasure on certain things. But I think it all comes down to what you call or what you choose as what activity to carry on. You cannot, there's just many ways to look at it, okay? Anyway, and I don't think hunger is tribalistic. I don't know if your own hunger is tribalistic. I think there's different type of hunger and protest. As it taught you, now you go talk. Let me just say it that way. Abdulakim Olatubos says, good morning, worldwide, Femi. Have a great day. Gideon Akitade says, good morning to you, Femi. I didn't see my name on the ministerial list, though. Let Mr. President release Badge B. We are waiting. Congrats to all the appointees. They are urged to do their work, okay? There, you do right. Also reading some other messages of interest this morning. David Chifio also joins in. He says, good morning. Okay, Ikwe Guru, my brother. What does that mean? I wish I knew what that meant before I said it. Oh, my brother is tired. That's according to Facebook translation. My brother is tired. Mwazu John Lasisi says, please don't add to the hardship on ground already. Resolve your issues with federal government amicably. Also, Francis Ndamani says he's watching from Enugu State. Good morning, FMD. The continued fuel price hike is really creating more hardship and difficulties in this country. The federal government should urgently revise the hike for the betterment of all Nigerians. May God help us. Good morning to you.
Morning. How was your night?
Oh, good. Good to talk to you.
This is Obanshi. I'm calling from Central area here.
All right, then. Welcome.
Yeah, I want to comment on the military, Niger military warning ECOWAS and EU. It's a welcome development. They don't want the label or their hilo pass to be in vain. So they should stand on it. You cannot see things going wrong and you allow it to happen. They are having internal problem. Let them solve it. So EU, they bring results here. How they will observe election. What happened? Nothing. So it's a welcome development for Niger ministry. I give them kudos. Thank you.
Well, the problem with the coup, or should I say, being led by men who have whose control you really do not have and whose guiding book you don't have, is that they can do and undo. The reason many people may say it's right now is because they went after the leaders in the area. But who would stop them if they choose to go after the people in the state? Okay, now that's in Niger now, in that's region in its right. Okay, that covers that. Let's take more calls this very morning. Who else is joining in? Okay, let's give this a try. Yes, good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning, Femi.
Good morning. How are you today?
Nothing break the news like the news. I greet my good friend from Sabon that call and the Obanche. I greet you too. I want to start by saying the warning given to Niger and how they are warning the ECOWAS. See, ECOWAS must stand on their feet. You remember the former the present Ivorian president, Alassane Ouattara, when he defeated Laurent Gbagbo, people clap, people support him. But what happened? He go for third time. Why couldn't ECOWAS to him that you shouldn't go for third time? Just do one and the second time and go. They don't do that. So, in fact, sometimes I don't know what is wrong with our leaders in ECOWAS. They should always tell this president they shouldn't go anti-people. So look at what is happening in Nigeria. People are losing their lives. And we don't want our army to go there. Because here in Nigeria, people are being persecuted in the aspect of insecurity. There's more insecurity. In Kaduna, you see what happened during the weekend. A lot of people lost their life in Kaduna. So we don't have enough security to send to other neighboring countries. We need our own. We need to be secure in our own ancestral land. That is my own. Nagode.
Thank you for your time. All right, one more call before the break. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Femi.
Yes, good morning.
This is Mr. Alex. I'm calling from Western Best, where good things happen.
All right, good to know that. Good things happen.
Yes. ECOWAS warning, Niger warning ECOWAS. Yes, it's a welcome development. ECOWAS should know what they're supposed to do. Not when they see people dying in any country, like an African country, they cannot say anything. But when the country start to put their things in order, ECOWAS starts warning them. For what reason? Just for example, what is happening in Nigeria, did ECOWAS say anything? What is going wrong in another country? Did ECOWAS say anything? Now we have the Republic, the army have taken over the country because of the way they are treating people. ECOWAS are warning them because they are supporting injustice before. ECOWAS is to keep their boss one time, please.
Okay.
Thank you, God bless Nigeria.
All right. ECOWAS should back out of the business of Niger. But then we've seen that sometimes when these things start to happen, they spread to other countries. How then do you stop? If your neighbor's house is on fire, what's the guarantee that it won't get to your house? That's the question I will leave you with. Stay with us right here now, drawing info. After the break, there'll be more to talk about. The news comes up shortly. This is Morning Crossfire with Femi Live.